Everything's pretty mellow at the moment, but in a little while there'll be some sudden unexpected craziness. Just wanted to see, this is Walker's tent. No, Walker's tent. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm all right. Looks like the computer got left open.
Computer up, though. I'm not supposed to do that.
Not supposed to leave up the computer. Officer Walker. Presley, what's up, man? Everybody loves you.
Thanks. Yeah, I know.
You got all.
I was talking to my lieutenant the other day. He's like, I was getting praised all in National Night Out.
You got all sorts of.
I wasn't there. I had my daughter that night, so I couldn't show up.
Yeah, well, on the video, your video too. I don't know if you saw your video,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no, you're good, man. Good to see you. Take care. Here's Kyle. What's up, Kyle? Hey, take some pointers from Presley over there, Kyle. Got a good attitude and he knows what he's talking about. You remember, he's the one that thinks that, Kyle there, right here. He's the one that thinks just because they got a call, that they can demand your identification. Without any crime, without any suspicion of any crime, he thinks he can just demand your ID under the threat of arrest. I tried to just have a conversation with him initially to let him know that he was making a mistake, and he had a terrible attitude, and he went downhill from there, and then just the whole thing has been downhill from there. That one, the shorter one there, that's Officer Brown, I have not personally had interaction with him yet, so I can't speak. What I've seen, he's all right. But Officer Presley, he's good. He's all right. How you doing, man? There goes Kyle. Kyle, I just want to have a conversation with Kyle, friendly conversation, much like Officer Presley, who should set an example for Kyle there. Officer Presley had a great attitude. He's knowledgeable. He knew 4 of the 5 elements of the First Amendment, which I'll give it to him. He's the first one that would give me any of them. But Kyle there, and Officer Presley also knows when you can ID somebody, but Kyle doesn't know when you can ID somebody. Kyle thinks he can ID somebody just because he wants to. I guess the other one told him to close his computer. Good job, but fail on Kyle. Kyle, the rules and policies say you cannot leave that open. That has to be closed. Because we're out here in the public and the public can see it and there might be sensitive information on there. And this tent, so my biggest issues, I think so far, as far as the cars, this here, that's got to go, that's a gang sign. And when these cars stop a car for tint, look at this one, let's look at the tint on this one. This is a marked car. Technically a marked car, this is a ghost car. It has markings on it that you can't see right now. But look at the tint, and these, you know, it's just hypocritical to be stopping citizens for tint when you're driving around cars with tint like this. It's just not cool. And the whole thing with tint in general is, yeah, it's stupid anyway, but it's just revenue for the state. It's just another opportunity for revenue for the state. So it's not cool. And just as a person, like Officer Presley the other day, I think he started to think about it. It's just, as a person, I don't know how you can feel good if you drive a car like this and stop a citizen for this. It just, you know, as a person, I don't know how you can feel good. So I think he thought about that. Hopefully, if we get a chance, we'll talk to him again. But Officer Presley rocked it. I know you don't read the comments, but in the comments that I have seen, a lot of people show appreciation for you, man.
Yeah, I heard people have been doing it. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. That's, you know, and your good attitude too. Put the tint, I know that, but if you're driving a car with tint and you stop a car for tint, you know, that's just kind of,
right. I get
you know, but hey, that was the only thing, and you rock it. People appreciate you, man.
I get it. Yep.
Thank you. Hey, rub off on Walker, man. I'm telling you, you got to rub off on Walker. How long have you've been here? A couple of years, right?
3 years.
3 years, okay.
And 10 days. What is it, the 5th?
Yeah.
October 15th is my 3-year anniversary.
Okay, I know he's new, but I don't know where he got the bad attitude already. And
I haven't worked with him much.
he doesn't understand rights when he can demand ID. He thinks he can demand ID just when you get a call.
I haven't worked with him much, and I didn't train him, so I can't tell you.
What do you think, real quick? What do you think about what if there's a cop that refuses to talk on camera? Says I'll talk to you, but not on camera.
It's their preference. I mean,
But it's
all
a
objective.
public
It's
servant.
all objective, though, right?
As a citizen, would you think that's kind of shady?
It depends what you want. Do you want to talk to a cop for a law enforcement matter? Then we're
Just in general, if
we're
they're on
obligated-
duty.
We're obligated to talk to our citizens for,
Right.
for
But and under the First Amendment, they can't say, well, you're not allowed to record the conversation. But
you are 100%.
but when they refuse, I don't know, it's just shady to me, man, to most people. And that's not you. I was just asking for your opinion. That's all.
On my opinion, because it's all objective, right?
Yeah.
It's all objective. My opinion is, if someone, I can say for me, okay. This is for me.
Yep.
I'm not afraid to talk to you guys. Or, everyone calls you guys First Amendment auditors.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to talk to you guys because one, if I'm doing something wrong, then I'd be afraid. But I'm never doing anything wrong. I don't purposely do things wrong. We're human. We all make
Exactly.
mistakes.
Nobody expects perfection.
We all make mistakes. But why be afraid to talk to you guys?
You know what I say all the time? And when I met you last time, were a perfect example of it. I say all the time, people get mad at me because I make cops look bad. Nope. I just hold a camera. Just like you. You didn't look bad. You looked good because all I can do is hold a camera and show what you're doing. You made yourself look good. If they make themselves look bad, they did that. I just held the camera. So we appreciate you, man. I'll get out of your hair. Take care.
Have a good day.
You too. I don't think Walker is really going to talk to me. I really don't think so. But that's all I've been trying to do, have a conversation. On the officer level, administrative level, the chief, won't talk to me. Not on camera anyway. They got some good people here. And some of these newer guys, one I've encountered, like Presley, he's been great. He's been great. But some of these newer ones, like Kyle here, not so much. Oddly, when he and I encountered for the first time, it wasn't the reason he stopped me, and it was like an afterthought, but he incorrectly said I have tint, but he's got tint too. However, I've got a medical exemption, so I can have that tint. I wonder if he has a medical exemption. And I know they say, well, that's not my car, it's the department's car. But that's not an excuse that works for us. You're brown, right?
I am.
I haven't met you, man. Good to meet you.
My hands are wet.
I've only seen good things, man, for you so
Appreciate
far.
you.
So, Walker, Kyle, did you figure out yet what's needed to ID somebody? What do you need to ID somebody? Have you figured that out yet? I know you're just a puppy, but did you figure it out? He's running away again. Running away again. That's how he rolls. How he rolls. Somebody's got to get with him seriously, man. All I'm trying to do is for real trying to have a conversation and tell him a legitimate thing, but I can't get through to him. He's the one, he's the type that thinks he can demand ID with threat of arrest just because they got a call. Hey, take care, Brown. He might, I don't know. We're gonna see something else. We're gonna see something else here in a second. Because somebody just took out running. I was just about to head out, but then on the other side of the buildings here, I saw somebody run off. I thought it was Officer Brown, but I wasn't sure. But I figured I'd just hang out for a minute, see what I see. Who knows, things might get crazy. Officer Brown stopped here, peeking in. So it looks like somebody might have dipped into one of these buildings. He's not quite sure where. I was waiting to see someone come flying out past me from one of these breezeways. I think I'll give it a second, see what I see. If not, I'll get the hell out of here. Now I could hear a little commotion on the other side, so I decided I'll just walk around the complex. How you doing, sir?
Good. How about you?
Good, thank you. Then I thought maybe Walker didn't leave. Maybe he just parked around the corner here, and maybe I could get another opportunity to have a conversation. And it looks like he did. His vehicle and another one are over here. I don't know where the cops are, though. There's nobody around. So I'll hang out for a couple minutes, see what I see, while being sure to constantly record to better help ensure that no claim could ever be made that I'm interfering with anything. We're going to pick up a lot of engine noise here in a second. Sorry, it'll go away. Walker left his vehicle running and unattended. And just a reminder, we can get a ticket for that. Doesn't need to be running, sitting there wasting gas.
Kyle,
that is paid for by
as
who?
of now, just flat out refuses to talk to me.
So you can see this one better. This is another example of the ghost car. See, the other one was white on white. This one's like dark gray on black. So the white one is like almost like a white on white, so it's really hard to see without reflection. But this is Kyle's car. Now I'm starting to hear something, some kind of ruckus. Maybe from the courtyard between the buildings. Sounds like something's going on somewhere, so I'm trying to figure out where it's all coming from. And it sounds like it's that building straight ahead, which is the building we were in front of on the other side of the complex. Watch out, there's a debris field of slides.
What happened? Nakira, what happened? She tried to stop. Nakira! No! Nakira, what happened? Because I'm the bro. I even do nothing. What she said, Nakira? Bitch said I did some work. I didn't fucking touch her. No! It's okay. Nakira! Nakira!
Remember I rushed you the other month?
Nakira!
It's
I
okay.
don't fucking do nothing. That's the police.
It's okay.
I hope they got that.
It's okay. Sweetie.
I hope they got that. They can't go down there.
Nakira,
hush! Hush! Nakira, hush! Nakira!
Brown, you nice? I gotta cut this. Please stop.
No!
Relax. You're gonna be okay. Just calm down now.
Nakira, be quiet.
Because it's on video. She had no business down there. No business down there about my grandbaby. I'm not explaining to nobody's child. So there's child say, let's go. Say nothing to you.
Hey, what's wrong?
I wonder if Walker knows what he's doing this time. He's shown in the past that he's not sure what he's doing. So I don't know. Like I said, I really hope Officer Presley gives some training to Kyle. Benefit, not for Kyle's benefit, but for the citizens.
Hey,
For the safety of the
okay,
of the
I'm going
public.
to get her mom. I'm on my way to get her now.
Stick with it. Where's Kyle going? Where's Kyle going? Let's make sure he handles his property properly. Looks like he's just going to hand over this female's property to some of her friends or family or whatever over here.
What did I tell you?
We'll actually wait for him to go off to back to his car, I think, so that's what we'll do.
Yeah. Hello?
Just so you know, you got Presley right here. He's a good one. From what I've seen,
Hello?
Presley is a good one. He's the best one I've encountered so far.
Oh, yeah.
He is a good one.
Want to talk to her?
other white guy down there, not so much.
I always saw. The other day I saw them come out here with a boy. And they doing the job.
We're gonna go back over, we'll wait by Kyle's car. He's gotta come over there at some point. My goal has been to try to have a conversation. And I think most people would respect someone that's willing to have a cordial, polite conversation. A productive conversation even, that's my goal. This should be about education and relations, not ego. I figure a perfect time is when he's not in the middle of something, getting ready to leave a call. But to avoid that, you'll see that instead of risking the possibility at having to face a citizen for a conversation who has shown to have a very calm demeanor, instead you're going to see that he was given a ride from the other side right to the driver's side of his vehicle, as if he's some sort of celebrity ducking the paparazzi. You know, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you, right? That's all I've been trying to do. Have a conversation with you. That's all I've been trying to do. Unfortunately, he didn't want anything to do with it. But most people have respect for officers like this right here, Officer Presley. He demonstrates that he's familiar with rights and laws and is willing to have cordial conversations with the public. And you heard him explain he's not afraid of a camera. And he's not afraid of a camera because he has nothing to hide. This is exactly what we need to see more of. There are some people, like the bootlicking types, completely blind to this. Leave the cops alone, they cry. It doesn't matter if they violate rights or laws. Don't you see that badge? They're above the law. They don't have to listen to you or law. Both of those things are wrong. All laws apply to law enforcement too. And they do have to listen to the people. After all, they're public servants, which should not sound offensive to them, as that's exactly what they signed up to be. You'll hear a lot of cops often say, "Hey, why are you giving me a bad attitude? Just because you had a bad experience with police in the past doesn't mean you should treat me that way. You never met me, don't judge me just because I have a badge." And I think many of them will say that without thinking about what they're saying. Because just holding a camera, the majority of the time, makes the difference between you being treated with a good attitude or a negative attitude, maybe even hostile by the police. But hey, just because you had a bad experience with someone with a camera before, doesn't mean you should judge me. You never met me. Don't judge me just because I have a camera. The camera can't make you look bad. Only you can. But when you identify wrongdoings and you're completely ignored when you bring them forward, those same cops will continue to do those same things. So it becomes up to the people to protect the people. It's been said before that leaders of law enforcement agencies have even said insane things like they won't entertain or take seriously a complaint that comes from a person who has a camera. And that's scary to anybody that appreciates our rights. The police are recording you when they interact with you, and they do this to protect themselves. So it would be stupid if the people didn't do the same. So we, the people, can try our best to educate, but sometimes that ego, especially in a cop, is a bitch of a wall to knock down.